Hello Internet! Today we're doing a little bit of what I call Wargame Archaeology. Thanks to eBay I've picked up some strange relics from the past. A couple of envelopes from Simulations Publications UK. This was of course the British arm of SPI. All they really did was distribute. I don't think they printed anything in the UK. Except for a small UK-centric wargaming magazine, which didn't last all that long from what I gather. But you know, I wasn't really around in those days. But yep, I've picked up these two games on eBay for a relatively good price, so let's have a little look and see what they're like. So starting off with Operation Grenade. So this was straight out of a strategy and tactics magazine. So here we go, we started with the slightly discoloured rules, but this is the classic SPI style of rules. Broken down, numbered sections, all black and white. Ooh. So here we go, let's see what we've got. So we've got the Victory in the West game system, which powers Operation Grenade. So we've got, what have we got here? 8 pages of rules, of basic rules, and then we've got another 4 pages of rules specific to Operation Grenade, the Battle for the Rhineland, 23rd of February to the 5th of March 45. So this is a late war game in Germany, one player taking the US, one player taking the Germans, and it's the US offensive campaign. I haven't looked any more at the actual operation. I haven't done any research, so I'm not really sure what I'm getting into with this one. You know, I like having to be a bit of a surprise. So likewise, I haven't read the rules. This is the first time I've opened the envelope, except for to check out it actually has something inside it. And here we have a big map sheet. I probably won't be able to fit this all in the camera frame at once. Let me try and see. See you later. Oh, we've got Dusseldorf down here, Duisburg. So this is part of the German scene, and it's in this classic SPI style, which it's just, I think the colouring of it, the clarity of it is really good. And as with most of these magazine games, the player aids really are down here. So you've got, you know, terrain key here, terrain effects chart, combat results table, time tracks, victory conditions summary. So you've got the Americans would normally play on this side, and you'd have the German play on this side, playing together. But I'm going to be playing this solo, so it's going to be me looking at that way, trying to read the tables that I need when I can. But I'm not sure if I think there are some that are different on each side. I'll have to have a proper look, but just at the first glance, it's a really good sized map. A lot of play area, a lot of varied terrain from cities to river valleys. And what's even better is how good condition that map is in. And also what we have is the counter sheet, completely unpunched. Really, really basic. So you've got the American units here, the German units here, and the strength chits and game markers here, you know, game turn there. I'm not sure what the strength chits are. I mean, some of these are a bit more common sense. So out of supply will be, well, obviously units that are out of supply. Game turn, start game, so they'll be on the turn track. Now I will have to get myself refamiliarised with the old NATO symbols, because really basic counters here, they've just got the unit type in the form of the NATO designation from what I can see. So, you know, I can't really remember what's infantry, what's artillery, what's tanks. I'm not from a military background myself, I haven't really picked it up, so I will have to have a look into it for this game. And on the back here we've got some combat effectiveness reduced side for these counters, I imagine. Strength chits look to be the same on both sides. Oh no, slightly different numberings. And then a couple of these out of supply also become isolated. So there's some variety there, but they're all still completely unpunched. So I'll be punching those and corner clipping them, getting them to look their very best for my game. So aside from a bit of discoloration on these rules pages, which again doesn't affect their legibility whatsoever, it's in really good condition considering this has been, let's have a look, 1981, Simulations Publications, Inc., New York. So yeah, this would have been in a magazine 45 years ago. So it almost feels a shame to be punching those counters, but I'm a firm believer that games were made to be played, and there's no real value in these. You know, it's not a high quality collector's item. This isn't Magic the Gathering and I'm holding the Black Lotus. This is something I spent less than a tenner on eBay. So I could hold on to it for years and years and years and keep it in this lovely Simpubs envelope. And 10 years down the line, I'll sell it for £10 on eBay. So moving on to the second game that I've picked up. Again, same from SPI. This one's much thicker, so there's a lot more going on in here. Strategy and Tactics Magazine, number 65, Cobra. Patterns 1944 Summer Offensive in France. So unlike with Operation Grenade, this isn't just the rules, this is the entire Strategy and Tactics magazine. It's got the little article about the Operation Cobra which we're going to be playing. You know, so we talk about strategy and history of it all. I'll break down the units involved with their org charts. And these lovely old adverts for businesses that have likely long since closed. Let's get to the middle of the magazine. Normally here we go. So this middle section here is the rules of the game. So they always put it in the middle so you can peel back the staples and pull it out. Advert mixed in with it. So again, let's just have a quick look. And this one is, again, it's only 8 pages of rules, so it's not going to be overwhelming compared to the games I have been playing, like ASLSK or Lock and No Tactical, where there's huge amounts of rules or huge page count to get your head around. This should be much simpler. And I'll look, yeah, so just more articles, some game ratings charts for all the different games you could get at the time, pre-World War II, fantasy and sci-fi. When it was published, the price, the rating. See, I'm not just playing the game, I think just reading this whole little magazine time capsule is going to be loads of fun. Say when this one was released. November, December 1977. Oh, so you know, this is getting on 50 years old, this magazine. Again, we've got a lovely big map which doesn't quite fit. So there you go, Cobra, doesn't quite fit in my camera. So where are we? Flares, Donfront, no matters. Just based on the place names, I'm going to guess this is in France. Oh yeah, Bayeux, so yeah, it's going to be France. So this is going to be like near Normandy, possibly. Like I said, I haven't, looks like with Operation Grenade, I've not looked up Operation Cobra, so I don't know exactly what's going on. I want to be surprised by the history of it as I read the rules in the book. This one only has a slim bit of a player charts here. Supply ports and a turn track. And this is a much simpler map than the previous one, but it was, you know, produced a lot earlier, but still it's lovely colours. It survived really well, nice and legible, and a good size. And to look at the counters, so here we've got the German counters. Oh, we've got some black German SS counters here. So we've got the little SS logos on them. More German counters, some British forces, Canadians, US forces, Allied forces. Can't really see any real utility markers whatsoever. There's one for the game turn there, one for US supply, so probably tracking their supply lines a little bit. But again, it's just simple numbering systems and those NATO symbols. But yeah, it's got a much wider representation of nationalities here, so they'll be interested to see just how differently they play within the game. And again, on the reverse, there's what I assume to be reduced forces. So, looking forward to getting these punched out, getting these corners rounded nicely. There's no fancy artwork to it, but it's got that real classic, simplistic style. It does exactly what it needs to. You've got your unit types, got your stats, and oh look, that's excited to get popped out. That one is. It's jumping for it. So that's just a quick little look at this Operation Grenade game and the Cobra magazine and game. Real relics of wargaming history here. Again, they're not standout ones. They're not games that everyone still talks about. This isn't any Squad Leader or Panzer Blitz or Third Reich. These are games that have probably been forgotten even by most of the people that played them. It's nice to bring them back to life a little bit. So I'm gonna get these counters all punched, all clipped up. I'm gonna play through the rules and show you guys what I think about these historic games as a little bit of wargame archaeology. So do you have any old historical games that have been forgotten to the sands of time which you recommend I look at? Or ones that really just stand out in your gaming history? Drop me a comment if you've got anything you'd like to add to that, because I'm really interested. But until I get playing these, happy gaming!